Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing what I believe to be my 7-week pregnancy update. Today is September 21st, 2016, but you won't be seeing this video until at least a few weeks out, but I am recording these and then I will just upload them later as you are obviously watching them. But I did want to record a couple of things for this week. Quite a few things have happened, as you know, just as the same with the last update. This has just kind of been a complicated pregnancy already. All right, so anyways, last Thursday, we actually closed on our house at like 9 in the morning, and fortunately the closing went really smooth and we were out of there like in an hour, and I had anticipated this to go on for like 3 hours. That's what we had kind of heard, but it literally lasted less than an hour, which was amazing because I had a doctor's appointment an hour away from where we were closing, at 11 o'clock. So it worked out really well. I was able to get to my doctor's appointment on time. And this was my first doctor's appointment with my new OB, meeting her and seeing the whole practice and everything. After I had been in the hospital the week before, they wanted me to follow up right away. All right, as I'm sitting here, I'm starting to get a little bit nauseous. All right, hopefully I can make it through this. All right, so anyways, let's talk about the doctor's appointment. It was just your basic first prenatal appointment. Went through all of my history and everything, and we met the doctor, and she was wonderful. I thought she was really, really nice. She spent a lot of time with us. I wasn't sure if my husband was going to make it to the doctor's appointment or not because of the whole closing on the house thing, but because it happened so fast, he was able to go with me, which was really nice. But I thought she was great. She spent a lot of time with us, which is really, really nice, and just started to get to know us a little bit, and she just seemed really knowledgeable and helpful and all that. But so of course, I told her about everything that happened in my previous pregnancy, and she seemed very concerned with the fact that I went into labor at 36 weeks. And so she does not want that to happen again. So she's going to be giving me some kind of shot. I think it's a progesterone shot. Does that sound right? I think that maybe is what it's called. And I think I'm going to be getting it from like, oh gosh, I don't remember. There's a certain number or a certain time period that I'm going to be getting them weekly, which I am not looking forward to. But apparently that hormone is supposed to prevent preterm labor. All right, so there's that. And then she did give me a second ultrasound, and I do have the picture. Which one is it here? I got a couple. I believe it is this one. Yeah. So I will show you the picture, but she couldn't really get a good idea of how big the baby was as far as determining my due date. So she ended up taking my blood as well, which I will talk about a little bit later here. But let me first show you the picture. So that is what the baby looked like last Thursday, a week ago tomorrow from when I'm filming this. But there you go. So I think the baby, or the yolk sac or the placenta, is this little tiny white circle inside this big black part here, I think. I don't really know exactly what I'm looking at. It was hard to tell, but I believe at that point I was like 5 weeks and 6 days. Does that make sense? No. Shoot, because I think I'm exactly 7 weeks today. I should have said this at the beginning of the video. I believe, according to a May 10th due date, which is still yet to be determined officially, but if I'm going off of a May 10th due date, today I would be exactly 7 weeks. So this would be 6 weeks in 1 day, potentially. I think maybe that's when it was. Should have been maybe 6 weeks in 1 day, but I don't know. And that could be wrong. I've had a very long day and it's very late at night, and I'm not usually staying up this late, but I wanted to make this video, so that's why I'm doing that today. This nausea thing is no joke. Okay, whew, I need to slow it down a little bit. All right, so as I mentioned, she couldn't get a real clear view of the baby to determine the due date, so they ended up taking my blood. And then they were gonna have me come back that Saturday to like the immediate care lab that they've got in their little facility to do it again, because apparently whatever number it was on Friday, it should be double what it was on Thursday. It should be double what it was in 48 hours on Saturday. So they called me on Friday and told me that my numbers were 10,900 or something like that. I'm not sure exactly. It's the HCG level that they're measuring within your blood, and it was 10,900. So then by Saturday it should be like 21,000 something, I think. So I went on Saturday, got my blood drawn, and then I didn't hear anything again until Tuesday, yesterday morning, and it was not 21,000. It wasn't even close, which, like, my heart just about stopped when they said that. It was only 16,000, which was quite concerning, and the nurse that I spoke to on the phone sounded a little worried as well, because that's not a very good number, you know, not doubling within the 48 hours like they told me I should. I basically only, you know, doubled one day, which is, you know, kind of concerning. So they basically told me that I needed to go to MFM as soon as I could, which is maternal fetal medicine, or the high risk doctor, and get an ultrasound to see kind of what's going on. So I called them, and yesterday actually was the only day that they would have been able to get me in this week. So we drove all the way down there. Again, you know, we're kind of doing this weird thing because my doctor's down by where we're going to be living, and it's an hour away from where we are now, and the MFM that they use, of course, is not too far from where they are. So I had to, you know, rearrange everything. I had to get my son somewhere, and, you know, it was this whole big ordeal, but we ended up being able to get down there and do an ultrasound. And let me show you the ultrasound pictures that I got from the MFM. They just printed them out for me on like regular printer paper, which was a little strange, but that is what the first one looked like. And this is the baby right here, and there was a heartbeat. It was flickering. You could see it, very strong flickers right on the screen, and that was just on an abdominal ultrasound, not even the transvaginal. You could still even just see it, even though I was not even 7 weeks. So that was really, really encouraging. I was very nervous, of course, when we were going in. Like, I didn't even want to look at the ultrasound screen when she was first, you know, putting it on, just in case, because I had just had like this horrible gut feeling all day, really, that something was horribly wrong. I still felt pregnant, but you never know, of course, and, you know, with my numbers being so low, it was really, really scary. I actually had my son's swim lesson early in the morning yesterday, and I was just sitting there trying to really just focus on his lesson, just like watch him, but my mind kept wandering, and I was almost in tears at one point, just like sitting there. I'm sure all the other moms that were sitting by like thought I was crazy, but I had so much going on. But I am so thankful that we were able to see the heartbeat. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional just even thinking about it. But there is definitely still a baby in there, and it had a very strong looking heartbeat. She said she didn't want to put the Doppler on yet because I was still so early on, but there definitely was a very strong looking heartbeat. So that is wonderful news. And then they also did the 3D ultrasound, which can you imagine that they do that on a 7-week-old baby? But they did, and I will show it to you, but I don't even really know what part of the baby that is, what we're looking at, or anything, but that is what that looked like. So yeah, I have no idea what that is or anything, but they put the 3D on just for a minute, and then they printed me out the picture. So yeah, so we, you know, really kind of ended up being freaked out over nothing, apparently. I don't know. I mean, I guess, of course, something still could go wrong. Knock on wood, that does not happen. But you know, yesterday really just kind of put me and my husband, I mean, well, first of all, in the morning, we were just kind of both like, oh my gosh, what is happening? What? Like, these numbers are horrible sounding. But then, you know, we went to the doctor and everything seemed to be fine. They didn't seem to be concerned with anything, so that is good. And then I'm going back to my regular doctor, I think in about 2 weeks from now. Something like that. I'm not exactly sure. But I will be going back relatively soon, a lot sooner than I would typically go at this point, because I think when you're this early, you probably don't even start to go until like 8 weeks at the earliest, and then you go just once a month. But, you know, of course that's not going to happen. I'm going to be going quite often, it sounds like. All right, so anyways, that is everything that happened as far as like the doctor's appointments and stuff. Everything seems to be moving along just fine. Oh, but again, they could not determine an actual due date for me at MFM. They said probably 6.5-ish weeks. So I think yesterday I was 6 weeks and 6 days. So who knows? But I'm thinking at my next appointment with my regular doctor, she'll be able to get a much clearer view of the baby if she decides to do an ultrasound, so it will be much easier to determine an actual due date. All right, so anyways, let's move along from all of the doctor stuff, and I will just talk quickly about my symptoms that I've been experiencing. Tiredness has probably been the biggest one. We've been back and forth at our new house quite a bit, and I've been removing wallpaper and stuff, so I have been quite busy, but I've been going to bed very early. And as you guys might know, I am a total night owl. I can stay up till 2 a.m. any night of the week, and I typically do that. I haven't done that in quite a while though, and it's getting late here. It's after midnight, and I think I'm going to be going to bed very soon. So yeah, I've just been very tired lately. Backache, that has definitely been something. I've been getting some backache like right like back behind my shoulders and my neck, and I think some of it has to do with our bed. Our mattress is really old and we desperately need a new one. So I'm hoping that happens sometime soon, but in the meantime I'm stacking like 4 or 5 pillows on top of each other trying to get comfortable and to prevent myself from getting horrible backaches in the morning, because that's when I notice them after a terrible night's sleep. And then I'm still feeling slightly crampy down in my uterine area. I have really since I found out that I was pregnant, and I think it's kind of becoming less and less now as I've, you know, kind of progressed throughout my pregnancy here, but I'm still slightly crampy. And then again, the nausea is kind of, you know, coming and going in waves, and here as I'm talking about it, it's kind of coming back. But I haven't thrown up since probably almost now 2 weeks. I threw up very early a few times and then nothing, you know, for the next 2 weeks. When I was pregnant with Harry, I don't believe I really started to throw up until 8 weeks, which would be next week. So I'm anticipating all of that fun stuff will be coming, but we shall see. And then, okay, so as far as cravings go, mine just have really been changing all the time. Well, at one point, or 1 minute, I will want something super sweet, and then the next minute I will want nothing sweet and I only want savory stuff, and it just kind of changes. So I don't think I'm really craving anything in particular, but it just, you know, kind of changes. Like one night the other day we were talking, me and my husband, and just chocolate chip pancakes popped into my head, like drenched in butter and syrup and all of that good stuff, and I was like, I need that right now. I need that right now. And the next morning we had sent my son to school, and my husband's working some crazy hours right now, so he was home after my son went to school. He's like, hey, let's go to breakfast if you want me to get your chocolate chip pancakes. I was like, yes, let's just go to IHOP and get them. So we went to IHOP and I ordered them, and they were good, but they weren't really as satisfying as I had anticipated them to be, if you know what I mean. But my husband got some hash browns, and oh my gosh, you guys, I was talking like this sweet versus savory thing. I could have eaten that entire thing of his hash browns. They were so good. I probably had 5 or 6 bites, and like I said, I could have eaten the whole thing. So to satisfy that hash brown craving, I've been going to McDonald's, and I've been getting their little hash browns, and those have done quite nicely. I think those are delicious. So I'd say for this week at least, that has probably been my biggest craving, has been those McDonald's hash browns. But then today I was back on the sweets, and I really wanted cupcakes, so I bought just a little thing of those generic kind of bakery cupcakes that you can get at Target or any kind of grocery store, and those have been absolutely delicious today. But I know it's kind of going back and forth, and I want to say when I was pregnant with Harry, I was mostly on the savory side. I could be wrong. I do remember really loving peanut M&Ms. That was one kind of like sweet thing. But then again, that has the savory with the peanut in it. I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but I do remember craving more kind of savory stuff with him. And then as far as aversions go, and this one's kind of funny because my biggest aversion has been avocados, which if you watch my last pregnancy vlog, that was one of my cravings. And you guys, I can't, oh my gosh, just even thinking about avocados, like really kind of like just makes me want to heave, especially like avocado toast, which as I mentioned in the last video I had and I really enjoyed. Nope, can't do it. That just sounds so nauseating. Like seriously, it sounds so nauseating to me right now. I can't. Guacamole still sounds okay, thank goodness, because I love guacamole. I love avocado toast too, but apparently I don't right now. But okay, again, sorry. That really is getting to me. Guacamole still sounds fine, so I might, you know, have to go get some before that starts to sound really bad to me as well. I don't know. This pregnancy has just been so strange, so weird compared to my last one, just because I've had 3 ultrasounds now and I'm 7 weeks pregnant. 3 ultrasounds at 7 weeks. That's kind of crazy. I didn't even get my first one until I was 8 weeks, I think, when I was pregnant with Harry. So things are going very differently very early on in this pregnancy, but hopefully everything, you know, by the end of this kind of ends up the same. But I think that's pretty much it for this update. Oh, I did want to show you, I did get a Big Brother shirt. I don't even know where it is right now because we've kind of been in this commotion of moving and all of that, so I don't know where it is. But I got this really cute Big Brother shirt from Carter's. It's just like a navy blue and it's written in like big silver letters that says Big Brother. So I'm really excited to give that to Harry, and you know, once we tell him, because we still have not told him, he doesn't know yet. But I'm excited to put that on him and you know, take pictures and stuff. I think that'll be really cute. But I think I haven't really purchased anything else, but yeah, so I think that's it for this update. Hopefully this one wasn't quite as long as the other ones. I don't think that it will be, but who knows. But thank you guys, of course, so much for watching today. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. We can also connect on Instagram. I will have my link listed below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!